Good evening, everyone. Welcome once again to A.O.S Group. And On this YouTube channel, we talk about everything related to language studies for those who are trying to actually work on learning the English language, the French language, Spanish, German, or Chinese. Likewise, we also assist people with preparing for internationally recognized language tests like IELTS, like TEF Canada, like TCF Canada, and others. And we even also help with immigration to Canada. Take, for instance, your study visa, your work visa, your permanent residency. So if you would like us to actually assist you with any of that, you can always reach out to us on the contact details in the live Q&A on the live chat section of this video. So today, before we start, please kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit on the notification bell to get notified anytime we drop a content, and also like and share this video with your friends and with your family. So as you know, we are always scheduled to start our live Q&A sessions by 3 p.m. West African time and 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time daily. However, today it was quite different. By my time now, this is about 5:57 p.m. West African time and about 11:57 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So firstly, I apologize for coming late to this Q&A session, and it was because of some unforeseen circumstances. Now, that being said, we would start up right away. The question for today is the question that was asked, and the question states that the best way, okay, it was like more like a comment. It said the best way to immigrate to Canada. The comment was given by ENYI Okereke Uneke from Nigeria. And as you know, our comments and questions are always extracted from the JAPA to Canada in 2023 webinar Q&As. Now, this question is quite typical because everyone would always like to know the best way they can move or migrate or relocate to Canada. And yes, I would say the best way is always subjective to, firstly, the criteria that is used for selection and what exactly you have in terms of eligibility. How eligible are you for programs? Secondly, you have to note that according to the timings of your application or when you want to start working on your immigration process, you need to note that different timings have their different best ways or their different pathways. Do you understand? The fact that, okay, people were making use of, take for instance, visitor visa to relocate to Canada in 2019, and after their visitor visa, they were getting to seek asylum to become refugees in Canada. Doesn't mean that if you try that pathway now in the year 2023, you would actually get, you understand, that easily, or is going to be considered the best way for you. Similarly, people that were actually relocated to Canada during the pandemic or after the pandemic, maybe through the Canadian Experience class, you understand, pathway, they were quite different from people that are doing it post COVID-19 period, which is as in the year 2023 now, and people are relocating to Canada through. Do you understand? So I would state that yes, if you are eligible for the program, you may become the program may become the best way, the best pathway for you to relocate with. But if you don't have the eligibility, you may have to look at all other programs that may not be necessarily the programs large populace or large immigrants are using to actually relocate to Canada. So the very first way people know about when it comes to the best pathways they talk about is, yes, the express entry pathway, because the express entry pathway is the pathway that allows you to relocate permanently and actually reside, live, work, and even study in Canada, just like a citizen would do. But the express entry, if you have been taking note of what has been happening for the Federal Skilled Worker Program, Federal Skilled Trades Program, and even the Canadian Experience Class Program, you would see that those three programs that are embedded in the express entry have not actually gotten selected for about close to 2 months now, because in the month of January, that was when the last Federal Skilled Worker Program selection was taken, the rounds of invitations. But in February and in this month of March, we would see that the IRCC, the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, have been inviting more of other candidates in other programs, other applicants from other programs. They have not been focusing on the express entry and the three main programs under it. Now, what is this program that they have been focusing on? They have been focusing on the program we know as the Provincial Nominee Program, the PNP program. And for me, for now, I will state that as of March 2021, 2023 rather, um, the provincial nominee program for me is the best program you could actually use to relocate to Canada, because definitely if you are trying to work on any program and it's not the program that they are actually selecting applicants from, then I would say you are kind of more or less wasting your time at this present time. Do you understand? So provincial nominee program is a program that, yes, you actually can look into as your best program if you want to actually relocate on a permanent basis. But if you're not relocating on a permanent basis, let's say you want to actually move and perhaps study in Canada or work in Canada for some time, I will tell you that, okay, you could go through the study permit route. The study permit route is a temporary residency pathway that allows you to work, you understand, if you are permitted to work in Canada. Likewise, study your program of preference. If, for instance, you want to study a college diploma, you understand, or a bachelor's degree, or a postgraduate diploma or postgraduate certificate, or even a master's or even PhD, then you can actually do that through the study permit route. And it's quite faster. However, for me, I won't consider it the best way for you to immigrate to Canada because it has its own flaws. And definitely, there are all programs, basically all programs that allows you to immigrate has its own flaws. Do you understand? However, I would choose the one I talked about previously, provincial nominee program, to be the best for me because it allows for relocating permanently. However, even the PMP program would restrict you from actually living and settling in another province. Maybe, for instance, if you are given the invitation to actually come over through the Ontario province, it may actually limit you because you may not be able to reside in maybe like Alberta, like Quebec, and all other places at least for 2 to 3 years of actually landing in Canada. But for me, I would state that that is a restriction that is mild. It is different from a restriction under the study permit that will restrict you for some hours, you understand, of work. Even now that you are permitted, international students are permitted to actually work more than the 20 hours, they are still not allowed to do, you understand, some jobs that would require them to actually use their time judiciously, you understand, or in place of studying in school. So you can never leave your major purpose, your primary purpose in Canada, which is studying, and going to focus on another differently entire pathway, which is the work, you understand, the work permit that will be given to you if you qualify for an open work permit or an employer specific work permit. So I would state that I would prefer the provincial nominee program. Others would prefer the study permit. Others may even also prefer the work permit if they have a job or a job offer from Canada, or even prefer the family sponsorship if they have relatives, you understand, or family members in Canada that can actually sponsor them to come to Canada. So basically, the concept of the best program is always objective to what you want to achieve. For someone that wants to actually set up a business or buy an existing business in Canada, that person will go through the business immigration, whether it be the startup visa, the self-employed visa, or the Quebec business class visa. So that will be what the person is going to consider his own best route, especially if he has the finances to afford that kind of pathway. So I hope that answers the question. If you have further questions about the best program you could use, you understand, to relocate to Canada, you can actually drop it on the comment section of this video or the live chat section of this video, and we'll see to it to actually respond to your question, if not in this session, but in subsequent sessions of the Q&As that we have. So I hope that answers the question. If you have any reason to actually contact us, you can contact us on our email, admin@aosacademy.com, or go on our website, aosacademy.com, or even on our WhatsApp numbers that is already on the screen. So thank you very much once again, and do have a lovely day. Kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit on the notification bell, and like and share this video with your friends and your family. Bye for now.